Hi, it's a Wealthy Expat. In this video, I want to address a question that I get many times, and it is, do I regret buying a St. Kitts and Nevis passport for $150,000? A lot of people, they want to get a second citizenship, specifically through investment, because you can choose what country you're a citizen of. You're an economic citizen. You don't even need to live in that country, yet you can use their passport, you can use it for KYC, you can open exchange accounts with this particular passport anywhere in the world, and they will leave you alone. They will not want to tax you, even if you live in that country, because St. Kitts doesn't even have taxes. Some citizenship by investment countries, they do have taxes if you live in those countries, but St. Kitts doesn't. So I'm going to address, do I regret it? Is $150,000 really worth it for what the passport gives you, and what you should consider when getting second citizenship, and specifically citizenship by investment? The first thing that we should note is that this passport was $150,000 US. Yes, it might be a lot of money for a little booklet, basically a 36-page book. It might be a little bit of expensive, and actually when I got the passport, I thought, this is quite a small book. It's about half the size of my US passport, and I thought, okay, it's just a passport. I was hyping it up when I was waiting for it, and I got the citizenship, and I thought, well, it's not as great as I thought it would be. But then I started analyzing, okay, I paid 150 grand for this. I could have bought a Lamborghini. I could have bought many different things, maybe a deposit on a house, anything like that, like my accountant in the US said. Or you're gonna buy a US passport, you can put a deposit in a Florida house or something. So that's how US citizens think, or US residents think, when it comes to actually doing an investment like this. But what this gives you is something that money can't buy or nothing else can give you, and that's freedom and complete privacy. These countries, they don't care about you. They don't care how much money you make. They don't care how much crypto you're having. They don't care what you're exchanging all over the world. And specifically, if you live in a place like Dubai here, where also Dubai doesn't care, but Dubai is not going to give you a citizenship, you can have a citizenship of a country that doesn't really care about you. They don't care about your net worth. They don't care about how much money you're going to pay them in taxes. And you can really do whatever you like. Plus, for US citizens, I'm a US citizen born in Puerto Rico, and therefore I'm a US citizen, so I pay US taxes every single year, and I need to do all the filings that a US citizen needs to do. I can renounce my US citizenship, which I'm in the process of doing. Right now is extremely hard to renounce US citizenship. I've been trying to do it for the last 2.5 months since I got the passport, and it's extremely hard. A lot of embassies will not accept it. The embassy in Abu Dhabi and the consulate in Dubai, where I live, won't even pick up the phone. They won't answer my emails. They said that they won't accept renunciation, so unfortunately it is a done deal from my side. I'm trying to renounce in South America. Actually, I'm going there in April and May to try to renounce my citizenship finally, so I can stop paying taxes to America. But it's a hard process. So for US citizens, it's definitely worth it, specifically if you see that you can make this money later on and you're going to pay it anyway in taxes. So yes, it might be $150,000 now, but 1 year later, 2 years later, 5 years later, I might pay $1.5 million in taxes or $10 million in taxes. Who knows? My cryptocurrency investments keep growing. Obviously, I'm 99% in crypto. As you know, if you watch this channel, a lot of people ask me, are you in cryptocurrency? Do you invest in crypto? Yes, a lot. 99% of my net worth right now is in crypto. And if it continues to grow, obviously crypto space is growing, specifically in places like here in Dubai. More and more people are starting crypto projects, more and more people investing into and absolutely growing massively this industry. And if you're a crypto investor, you know about it, you see those investments growing, those capital gains, those taxes you're going to pay later are probably going to be more than $150,000. Or if you want to go for a cheaper option, let's say you have a really bad passport, or you have a passport that you don't necessarily want to renounce. Maybe you're a Canadian and you think Canada might impose citizenship-based taxation at some point. They might want to tax me based on my Canadian passport. Let me get a second citizenship. You have St. Lucia and Dominica, and even Antigua that are cheaper. So Dominica and St. Lucia, they're 100,000. Antigua is 130,000. So you get a little bit better deal, and you also get that second citizenship in case you ever want to renounce your Canadian. Or some countries like Germany that are flirting with citizenship-based taxation. It's already been proposed. Maybe in the next 4 to 5 years, Germany and other high-tax European countries, they settle on a European flat tax or citizenship-based taxation for specific European countries. At that point, you want to be protected. Even if you have one of the best passports in the world, you want to have a second citizenship just in case anything happens, and also for privacy, because you can use that second citizenship in banking, in exchanges, you can use it for KYC. Obviously, we're following all the laws of our home country. We're not evading taxes illegally, we're avoiding taxes legally. We're making sure that we're not tax resident in our home country. And then we're using the passport to do KYC and all of that just because it gives you an extra layer of privacy, and you're a citizen of a country that you can always go and live in. You have multiple countries over the Caribbean that you can go and spend some time, and you're a full citizen of a union in the Caribbean, and you're a citizen of a country that doesn't really care about you. And for me, yes, 150,000 is a lot of money. I could have bought many, many different things, and sometimes I think that I really make the right decision doing this. The US passport is such a strong passport. Many people want it, specifically when I travel to some places like Eastern Europe. People see that I have a US passport and I tell them I'm going to renounce my US passport. Their heads explode because they can't even imagine how a US citizen would renounce their US citizenship just because they're paying some taxes. But it's not just the taxes. It's the freedom. It's not being a slave to America. All the reporting that you need to do if you're a wealthy entrepreneur. So when it comes to being wealthy, having a lot of money, wanting to make even more money, and wanting to not pay taxes on that, then definitely it was extremely worth it to get this passport. Sometimes I regret it. For example, I was getting on a flight to Poland, and Poland had a travel ban on many different countries except 10. And one of those 10 was the United States of America. They had a travel ban on St. Kitts and a bunch of other countries, so I couldn't get into Poland with my St. Kitts passport. So unfortunately, I don't have any stamps on it yet. I'm taking another flight to Romania. So I'm first going to Turkey, and then I'm going to Romania. In the next couple of days, you'll see 1 or 2 videos from me in Romania. I might make some videos in the mountains over there. I'm going snowboarding there, and I'm gonna get those stamps. So Turkey and Romania, I will get those stamps. So finally I can stamp my passport, travel with it, and then make a video about traveling on a St. Kitts passport. And that time, when I couldn't travel on my St. Kitts passport, but I could travel on my US passport, I felt really bad that I paid so much money for this, and then I still had to use my US passport. But obviously, it's something that is not really a normal occurrence. It's because of this whole thing that's happening around the world. Once this whole thing subsides and starts to go away, I can use my passport to go anywhere I want, and I'm gonna use it in the next couple of days, and then it will be totally worth it. Also, just a note, if you're thinking about getting citizenship by investment, and maybe you're thinking, why would I sell some Bitcoin, some Ethereum, some investments that I have in order to get second citizenship by investment if I can do it later? It depends on how rushed you are and how fast you need it. So if you're a US citizen that is almost at that 2 million threshold to pay the exit tax when you renounce US citizenship, then better do it now. Then when you're worth 3 million, 4 million that you're gonna need to pay an exit tax, better pay the 150,000 or the 100,000 in the case of St. Lucia and Dominica now. So later on, you don't need to pay $500,000 in exit tax. In that case, it's better to do it just now, sell the Bitcoin, get the passport. If you're a Canadian or an Australian and you're thinking that Australia might impose citizenship-based taxation, then maybe wait a little bit until they actually plan it and they say, okay, we're gonna impose citizenship-based taxation. Okay, now it's time to pull the trigger and now it's time to get it. So it depends how urgent the situation is. Specifically for US citizens, it's a little bit more urgent. Or if you have a terrible passport and you wanna get a second passport to travel better, your business needs it, or you need to meet some clients in other countries, then obviously that's a more urgent situation than somebody that's from a strong country, but they don't tax based on citizenship. You can wait a little bit longer until Bitcoin is higher, until your crypto projects are a little bit higher, and you have a little bit more income to actually pay for the passport. So it's all a personal decision. If you want to know what countries to choose when it comes to citizenship by investment, how to lower your taxes down to 0% or very close to zero, click that first link in the description. Let's book a one-on-one call. I bought a second citizenship by investment for myself. I believe in the process and I believe in becoming an economic citizen. And I obviously love paying zero tax or very little tax here in Dubai, and I can help you do that. And if you want to check the video, that's going to pop up right here. It is the best passports all over the world for sale. Not only St. Kitts, there's about 10 other passports that you can buy. You can check them out right there. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, the like button down below. This is the Wealthy Expat. I'll see you on the next video.